Hello and welcome to Books of Blood. My name is John, and today I'm going to be doing my July reading wrap-up. It's kind of a brief reading wrap-up, so I'm going to talk about a few other things first before I get into it. The first thing is a reminder you guys that in September, the challenge that I've come up with called That 70s Horror Reading Challenge is going to run all through the month of September, and I've already made two videos on this. One is the introductory video, and the other is my TBR video. I'll leave a link to the introductory video in the description below to give you guys a little bit of a reminder, and also to refresh your memories on what the prompts are for the challenge. All right. And also you'll hear the other little rules and stuff as well. So there you go, all right? So I'm in kind of a relaxed mood today. I mean, usually when I make these videos, I'm so high-strung and everything. You guys don't see what goes on behind the scenes of these videos. There is yelling, there is swearing, there is all kinds of mass hysteria. There's not dogs and cats living together. Well, wait a minute, there actually is, because I have dogs and cats, so they do live together. Anyway, not that way, though. It's just, no, nothing kinky like that. Anyway, another thing I want to talk about is I've had this channel for going on 2 years now, maybe longer. I'm not sure what my date of when I started. But one thing I have never done is to go live. I've never gone live, and to be honest with you, I've been very anxious about it. My anxiety kicks in when I think about it, and I just think all these, it's like this character, I think it was on Sesame Street, there was this character on Sesame Street that anytime you suggested something that was fun to him, he would find all these different ways to find all these reasons not to do it. It's like, why don't you go outside? Well, what if it rains? You know, or why don't you play a board game? Well, what if I don't have all the pieces for it, or something like that? So what I'm asking here now is that if I went live, how many of you would watch? Would you watch? Because I'm going to tell you flat out, I don't know what the hell to talk about. I'm just hoping, basically, I was talking to my buddy Juan, Plagued by Visions, and he just basically said, go live and just let people help you start the conversation. So that's what I'm going to kind of do. Of course, we're going to talk about horror, you know, and you might hear kind of opinions you might not agree with from me as far as when it comes to horror. I don't know, or you might agree with me. I don't know. But anyway, that is what I'm getting to is, would you guys watch? All right? So that is it. Those are the two things I want to talk about before I go into my wrap-up. My wrap-up, like I said, is very brief, all right? I've actually got, let me see what I got here on my thing. I've got 1, 2, 3, I got 4 graphic novels and 2 novels, yeah, that I did in in July, all right? So let's go ahead and do the graphic novels first, and I'm just going to name these off one by one. They are all Vampirella. All right, so you got Vampirella, and this is the 2011 to 2014 incarnation of Vampirella. The first one is Volume 1 is Crown of Worms, and this is written by Eric Troutman. I don't remember, I think the artists are kind of various on this. And then I'm just going to go into it. I'll talk about the books, the graphic novels, after I name all of them. Anyway, you got Crown of Worms. Then you got Volume 2, and that is A Murder of Crows. That is also by Eric Troutman. Then you got Volume 3, and that is Throne of Skulls, also written by Eric Troutman. All of these except for one were written by Eric Troutman. I think one of the artists is Patrick Birkenlotter, I believe his name is. I know a lot of the covers for these books, the original actual comic books, not in graphic novel format, were done by Fabiano Neves and a few others. Anyway, so there's that. And then finally there's volume 4, and that is Inquisition, and this one was written by Brandon Jerwa. So in order, my ratings for these are 4 stars, another 4 stars for volume 2, same thing with volume 3, and for volume 4 I give that one 5 stars. Now all of these of course are about Vampirella. She has her battles with a battle with Dracula in these. She kind of reunites with her mother Lilith, and they kind of make up and stuff, but then there's more to it than that. And it kind of does a little bit of a different origin story for Vampirella. Or really not so much an origin story. I think that was already established, is that she was from Draculon, but Draculon actually turned out to be an area of hell, and somehow or another her memories kicked in with that stuff. I love the Vampirella comics, and yes, you can look at her and say you love it because she's just scantily clad, raven-haired vampire. Well, duh, of course that's the reason why I like her. But I like her because she's tough. She's a tough superheroine. She takes no crap off anybody. You know, so that's another reason I like her. And, you know, of course, it fits in well with my love for horror. A scantily clad vampire? Wow, okay, cool. So that's it. Anyway, so that are the 2 novels. Let's move on to the 2 novels. The first one I'm going to talk about is The Headless Boy, and this is by Kelly Owen. You guys already know from my review of this that I freaking love this book, and I said, and I still stand by this, it is one of the best ghost stories that I have read in as long as I can remember. All right, I mean, it was just absolutely fantastic. It is about a family or a couple. They lose their baby, miscarriage. They lose their baby, and the wife is grieving. They move into this new place, and she befriends, so to speak, this the ghost, the spirit of this little boy. And the husband, he's kind of like, yeah, I don't know about this. He just believes that this entity, this spirit, there's more to it than meets the eye, and that it doesn't mean well or mean goodwill toward his wife and toward himself. All right, I love this story. Like I said, 5 stars. So there's that. All right, and finally, and like I said, I told you this is gonna be brief. Finally, I read Werewolf on the Western Front, and this is by, I want to get the name right, Shane Caro. Now this one I gave 3 stars to. The werewolf action was good. This is the second book, and the oh god, I think it's Carter and oh my god, I cannot remember the other guy's name, but one of them is he's kind of like a spy, kind of like a he's kind of like a spy for the courts or whatever. He does so, I can't remember what he exactly does. And then Sam Carter is an American soldier, and they kind of remind me of Hap and Leonard from the Joe Lansdale stories, because the spy or whatever that works for the British government or whatever, he's gay, all right. And then you got Carter, and Carter is he's a soldier. He's with the French Foreign Legion, and when you first meet him in the Vampire on the Orient Express, he has deserted, and they're looking for him. But of course, you can tell it turns out well because he's in the second book, and he didn't get hanged or anything like that for desertion. But yeah, they remind me of that, just a more sophisticated version of the two of Hap and Leonard. You know, because they're close friends, and one of them is straight, and one of them is gay, you know, that kind of sort of thing. And it makes me wonder now with the Hap and Leonard thing, and nowadays, how people feel about that. And I'm sure they feel great about it. I mean, because, you know, that's fine. Anyway, that is it. That is my wrap up for the month of July. Did I say August before? It is not. It's July. So yeah, 4 graphic novels and 2 novels. I feel like I read something else in July, and I can't think of what it is. I may need to go back over my Goodreads, because But actually what I think I did was I probably finished something beginning in July that I started in June. And I didn't do a June wrap-up. I don't do these wrap-ups all the time. I just do them whenever I feel like them. And maybe when I just want to put a video out or something like that. Anyway, that's going to do it, guys. And like I said, I'll leave a link below for the 70s horror challenge. And until then, you guys take care and stay scared. All right? Bye-bye.